this yoga session is super flowy and liquid yoga, so to say. So we're going to start standing or really flowing from one pose into the other, which hopefully is going to be really nice and just feel really cool. Prop-wise, have a belt ready and a block ready for the seated part of the sequence. You don't need it right at the top of your mat. If you don't have a yoga block, use a cushion or a book or roll a blanket, and if you don't have a belt, you can use a scarf or the belt of bath rope or towel. If at any point you've got any pain, please come out of that pose. Do not hurt yourself. If you don't like any poses, you don't have to do them either. Also, at the end, in the seated sequence, we're actually going to move through poses at some point by sort of doing a bit of like a half roll, rolling up and down. I'll show that to you later. If you don't find that comfortable, you don't like that, you do not have to do it. I'll mention that again at that point. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. I hope you enjoy it. Move with your body, and I hope to see you soon. Okay. So let's start sitting cross-legged, comfortable position. You could also sit kneeling if you prefer that. And in cross-legged, as always, you could use your block, place that under your seat, just lift yourself up a bit. That can make it a lot more comfortable in your hips, having the knees a bit lower down, depending on how you feel today, what feels good to you. And let's stack our shoulders on top of our hips so that we're not leaning forward or leaning back. I think leaning back is less likely because that's not particularly comfortable. We also don't want to collapse in our lower back. We want to sit nice and straight back. It's quite an active pose actually if you think about it, sitting properly straight, engaging your back muscles. And you're also working your core a little bit by keeping yourself nice and tall. And now let's roll our shoulders up, back and down, bringing the shoulder blades slightly together and opening the chest a little bit. You can leave your hands wherever they naturally fall, or you could place them in your lap with the palms facing up, or on your knees, palms facing up. Palms facing up is nice because it further opens our chest. Okay. And from here, let's take a nice deep inhale, as deep as we can. Maybe sigh on the exhale. Just letting go of anything that might pull us down at this time. And now coming to nice, even inhale and exhale through the nose. And if you want, you could close your eyes here. Just finding stillness. Finding that moment of peace and quiet. Feel how the breath moves through your body. How on the inhale, maybe your chest lifts or your abdomen expands, and exhale, you sink down. Just noticing where you feel your breath right now. Might be different to where it was, where it is some other times. Just recognizing our breath. And if you've noticed that you mainly breathe into your chest, into the upper lungs, I would like to encourage you to breathe into your abdomen a bit more, focusing on expanding your abdomen as you inhale. It doesn't have to be too much. Just breathing into the full lungs, the lower lungs, working your diaphragm, pulling that down as you inhale, and then as it comes up, squeezing the air out on the exhale. You can place your hands on your lower belly if you find that helpful to actually notice whether you're breathing into your abdomen or not. Or you can place one hand on your abdomen and one hand on your chest. The reason why it's quite nice to breathe into your lower into your abdomen, feel pushing your belly out as we inhale. Because that deeper breath actually helps us not get too stressed out. When you're stressed, your breath is shallow, it's more into the chest. Whereas you can, if you're feeling really stressed, you can almost reduce that stress just by breathing in a more mindful way. And just breathe here, a couple of breaths in quiet. Taking a really deep in-breath here and breathing out through the nose. If you would want to set an intention for your practice today or dedicate it to someone in your life, that could also be yourself, do that now. Something short and positive. Maybe repeat it a few times. And at the end of the next exhale, let's open our eyes if you close them. Alright, lovely. Hope we're all a bit more present on our mats now. And let's start, we often do this for our mobilization. Let's just start with twisting and stretching whilst we're seated. So we're going to start with stretching. So let's place our left hand next to our hip with 10 fingers, so just the fingertips on the floor. We're going to inhale the right arm up and exhale, stretch over. Maybe now the palm of the hand is on the floor. Inhale here and exhale, we're pushing into the left hand, we're coming to center. Right hand next to our hips, again it's just fingertips to start with. Inhale, left arm up, exhale, we're reaching over, maybe the palm coming down. Inhale here, exhale, we're pushing the ground away. And now we're going to move a bit faster. We're going from one side to the other. So starting the left hand on the ground, inhale up, and exhale, reaching that right hand over. Inhale, exhale, we're pushing into the left hand, right hand comes onto the floor. Inhale, reaching over to the right with the left hand. Exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're pushing the ground away. Other side, right hand reaches over again. Maybe we're bending more into our left side now. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale, reach a bit further. Exhale, we're pushing the ground away with the left, coming onto the right. Inhale, exhale. As you maybe bend a bit more into right side body, maybe the elbow comes closer to the ground. Inhale, exhale, we're coming over, left side, right arm reaching over, and we're staying here for a moment longer. Inhale. If you're trying to bring your elbow to the ground, or wherever you are in this stretch, make sure both of your seat bones are in touch with the ground. Don't have one glute come off the floor. Inhale, exhale. Stay here for one more full breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're pushing the ground away, we're coming to the other side. Lovely, really nice. Reaching over. You could look to the left palm here, or just look straight ahead, depending on what's nice on your neck. Inhale, exhale. One more full breath. Inhale and exhale, let's push the ground away and we're coming to center. Lovely. I'm going to do a little twist now. So for the twist, we're bringing our right hand to the left knee. The palm is trying to get a little bit to the outside of the knee, if that is available to you. Left hand, again, just fingertips behind your glutes, so sort of just halfway behind your glutes. We're going to inhale here, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to exhale, twist over. Looking over the shoulder, and the twist is coming from your waist, your ribs, and your shoulder. You're not yanking your neck back. Inhale, and exhale, we're coming through center. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So left hand, right knee, right hand behind us. Inhale, we're stretching, sitting up tall, and exhale, we're twisting. Shoulder, ribs, waist. Inhale here, and exhale, we're coming into center again. And just like a moment ago, we're going to be moving a bit faster now. So right hand, left knee, left hand behind us, and we're going to inhale, sitting tall, exhale, twisting over. Inhale and exhale, we're coming through center, left hand, right knee. Inhale, sitting up tall, exhale, twisting over. Inhale and exhale through center, right hand, left knee. Inhaling again, stretching, exhale, twisting. Inhale and exhale, coming through center, left hand, right knee. Inhale, sitting up tall, exhale, twisting. Inhale, exhale, one more time through center, and we're staying a bit longer on the left this time. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind us. Inhale, we're sitting up tall. Exhale, we twist. Really nice twists there, guys. Inhale, exhale. With every inhale, we're stretching up, and exhale, maybe twisting just a millimeter more. One more breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're coming through center, other side. Left hand, right knee, right hand behind us. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall, opening the chest. And exhale, twisting. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twisting. Maybe more, maybe not. Inhale and exhale, we're coming through center. Lovely. We're going to leave it there this time. And from here, we're going to come into a tabletop. So, tabletop. Knees under hips, feet are pointing backwards. I quite like my feet pointed. If you prefer to have your toes flexed, you could do that as well. Your hands are shoulder width apart, fingers are nice and wide, index fingers pointing forward, and you want your the inside of your elbows to face each other, I think. Maybe, I don't know, feel how it feels best for you actually, whether you prefer them to point forward. You can try to rotate your elbows so that the inside of your elbows is pointing right forward, and then inward, just how that feels, and probably find like a nice in-between. Your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked on top of each other. Alright, and we're going to come into our cat-cow. So we're going to inhale. With the inhale, we're arching our spine, making a C with our spine, looking to the ceiling, belly button to the floor. Exhale, we're pushing the ground away with our hands. We're rounding our spine. Chin to chest, pelvis is pulling in. Inhale, back to cow. We're looking up. Arching our spine, maybe bringing the shoulder blades together and bending the elbows a little bit, maybe if that feels good. Exhale, as we're pushing the ground away, we're pulling the shoulder blades apart, chin to chest, sucking the belly in, engaging your abdominal muscles. Inhale, arching the spine, looking up, really exaggerating it. Feel as if you're really pointing your bum to the ceiling. Exhale, rounding, pushing the ground away as if you were trying to lift off. One more either way. Inhale, cow. Exhale, angry cat. And coming back to center. We're now going to do maybe the same movement, but we're going to lift one leg at a time. So we're going to inhale, lifting the right leg up, and you can lift it as much or as little as you want. You could even have the toes on the back, just stretching the leg out, or maybe lifting up. And if you want, you could look up here and increase that curvature in your spine, pointing the toes to the ceiling. And exhale, knee down, coming into a cat. Inhale, as we're moving through into our cow, we're lifting the left leg up. As said, you could also point, just tip the toes back and looking up. Exhale, knee down, coming into a cat. A few more of those. Inhale, right leg lifts, and we're looking up. Exhale, down, into a cat. Inhale, left leg lifts, cow, looking up. If that feels good on your back, any pain, please stop. Exhale, knee down, cat. One more either side. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, down, last cat. And coming into neutral spine. Lovely. And we're tucking our toes. And we're lifting our knees and slowly moving into this first downward dog of the day. And here, just walking your feet if that feels good, waking up our calves, the inside of our, the back of our knees, hamstrings, hips. If you wanted, you could also bend one knee and move your hips around a little bit, just flowing, feeling what your body needs today. You can even stretch one foot back, bring it in, stretch the other foot back. You could lift one leg for a three-legged dog, bring that down, lift the other leg. We're coming to stillness now. We're going to set up our down dog properly, and then we know what we're doing throughout the Sun Salutations. Hands are still shoulder width apart, just like in cat, index finger pointing forward, fingers nice and wide, and the weight of our body is not just in the ball of the hand, but in the palm and the knuckles of the fingers, so to spread evenly through the hands. Shoulders are pulling apart, shoulders away from the ears. Nice flat back. If that means you have to bend your knees to achieve a flat back, that is totally fine. Feet are hip width apart, toes pointing forward, and we're pulling our heels to the ground. That does not have to mean that they touch the ground, just pulling them to the ground to activate your calf muscles. And we're staying here for a few breaths. Okay, let's gently walk our feet forward. Baby steps, and stopping behind the hands, feet hip width apart, about foot length, hand length behind the hands. Let's just hang here for a moment. You could bend the knees if you find that more comfortable. Hanging here, you feeling gravity, using gravity to help you with that stretch in the back of your legs, hamstrings, maybe a little into the hip even. If you want, you can sway. You can do that by pulling your fingers over the ground. You could hold opposite elbows. You could hold your ankles if that feels good. Whatever feels good to you right now. Maybe even bend one knee, bend the other. Just bring some movement into your body. Now coming to stillness. We're bending our knees so much that our abdomen and our chest are in touch with our thighs. Chin to chest, and we're gently rolling up. So we're first straightening our legs, our abdomen separating from our thighs, rolling up. And the last thing that lifts is your chin of your chest. Amazing. Well done. All right. Coming to the front of our mat, we're going to move through a few Sun Salutations to warm us up. Maybe one either side, two either side. And we're starting in Tadasana, so you can either have your feet hip width apart if you prefer that, or feet together, toes touching. Let's lift all our toes off the floor, the usual, spreading them wide and trying to lower them one at a time. So first lowering both little toes and both foot fourth toes, both middle toes, second toes and big toes. Maybe seeing a little bit of mat through the toes at some points. I like to raise my heels here as well and place them down. If that doesn't do anything for you, don't worry about it. We're going to tuck our pelvis. What that means is just a tiny tuck, so if you exaggerated it, that sort of duck bum, and we're just pulling it in by activating our lower abdomen. We're also activating our ab muscles, rolling our shoulders up, back and down again, like when we're sitting, opening the chest a little bit, shoulder blades slightly together. And by doing that, our palms almost automatically face forward. Our chin is slightly tucked, so we've got a nice flat neck, but someone's pulling us by the top of our head, so we're standing super tall. Inhale, exhale here. If you want, close your eyes for a moment and feel your body swaying. You only realize how much you balance all the time when maybe you close your eyes and you think, oh, actually standing up does actually work. Alright, opening your eyes. We're going to inhale, arms up, palms together overhead or shoulder width apart. You could look to your thumbs. Exhale, falling down, engaging the core, flat back as we fall down. Hands either side of the feet, palms on the floor. If you bend your knees for that, that's totally fine. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins, we're looking down. Exhale, hands down, we're stepping back with the right foot, followed by the left foot, into plank. In plank, you want to have a straight line, and it's obviously easier from the bottom of your body, if you think of a straight line, and pulling your heels back, pushing the ground away, pushing the shoulder blades apart. If you're finding plank really uncomfortable, you could come into half plank with the knees down. Inhaling here, and exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down. Your bottom is in the air, toes are still tucked. Inhale, we're sliding forward from here, untucking the toes into Cobra. Hands are under our shoulders, elbows are into the body, we're looking forward. The back muscles are working. Exhale, pushing into the hands, and we're coming into a downward dog. If you find it difficult, you come straight into a downward dog from Cobra. You could push into a child's pose from here into a down dog. We're staying in down dog for a few breaths. Remember how you set it up earlier? Do the same thing. If you find that your down dog is a bit long when you come in from Cobra, just step your feet in. Okay, with the next inhale, we're stepping our right foot in between our hands. If your foot lands in the middle of the mat, just hold it forward with the other hand. Exhale, left foot between, next to the right. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins, flat back. We're already engaging our core here. Exhale, full forward fold, and inhale, engaging the core again. We're coming up with a flat back. Exhale, hands into heart center. Lovely, other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, engaging the core, folding down. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins. Exhale, hands down, stepping back with the left foot, followed by the right. Again, into this plank, pushing the ground away, heels pulling back, strong legs, strong arms, strong shoulders, and strong back. Inhale, exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down. Inhale, untucking the toes, we're sliding forward into Cobra. Hands under your shoulders. And try to have as little weight as possible in your hands. You could even lift your hands off the ground for a moment. Your back muscles are what's working here. Inhale, exhale, tucking the toes, coming into a down dog. We're breathing in and out through the nose in our yoga practice. If at any point you lose that connection with your breath, because you're moving and you're working hard, in any down dog, whenever we're remaining in a pose, try to connect to your breath again and come back to the in and out breath through the nose. Inhale, we're stepping the left foot in between our hands, followed by the right foot on the exhale. Inhale, hands, shins flat back, looking down. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, engaging the core, we're coming up. Nice, really nice work. Hands in heart center. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, hands down, stepping back to the right, followed by the left, into plank. Again, nice, strong plank. Inhale, exhale, knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, sliding forward into Cobra. As you slide forward into Cobra, your knees don't really move. Exhale, pushing into down dog. Inhale, we're stepping the right foot in between the hands, followed by the left on the exhale. Inhale, hands to shins, half forward fold. Exhale, hands down, full forward fold. Inhale, engaging the core, coming up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Lovely, other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, half forward fold. Hands down, stepping up with the left, followed by the right, plank. Inhale, exhale, knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, coming into our Cobra. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot between the hands, followed by the right on the exhale. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, engaging the core, coming up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Lovely. I think we're a bit warmer now, so we can move on to our flowy bit. Right. Okay, so from here, trying to think. Okay, let's step back, wide step, stepping back with the left foot. Well, we're doing both sides anyway, so you could also step back with the left, that's not that's not a problem. And we're coming into a high lunge, so we're bending into the front knee. We're on the ball of the back foot. And the feet are on train tracks, so the heels are not in line. And the reason for that is that really helps with balance. If your feet were like literally in line, it would be really tough on your hips, and you might fall. Inhale, we're raising our arms up. We're just here in our lunge. And breathing here for a few breaths, a bit slower this time around as we're getting to know the little sequence. Okay, and with the next breath, we'll bring our hands into heart center. We're twisting over, bringing the outside of the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, just above the knee by the thigh to protect our knee. Maybe bending a little deeper into that front leg, and we're pressing both palms into each other, looking over our shoulder. Staying here for a few breaths again. If at any point your legs start shaking or you need a break, come out. Okay, from here we're staying twisted. We're lifting our body so that our chest is facing the right side of the room. Yeah, perfect, nice. It's a bit difficult because I'm obviously not looking at you. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's great. Okay, we're going to place the sole of our back foot down. We're coming into a warrior two. Maybe straighten that front knee, shake it out, and come back into the bend. The front knee is not overshooting the ankle. The knees also try not to have to fall in, and we're flat in our body. If you look down at your chest, it's in line with the long edge of your mat. Arms are at shoulder level. You're looking towards the front middle finger. Wonderful warriors. Okay, we're bringing our right forearm on the right thigh and we're reaching over. Lovely. And from here, going to inhale up back into warrior two. And then we're bringing the left hand on the left thigh, maybe calf for a reverse warrior. Lovely. And come back into warrior two. Coming back into a high lunge. And leg placing hands on the front left, right thigh, we're stepping forward. Amazing. It's a little hard on the thighs then. I realised I would be. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the left, again a bit slower, but obviously we now already know what's coming, so hopefully it's going to start flowing a bit more. I can just start from the top. Okay, so stepping back with the right foot, nice long step back. On the ball of the right foot, left leg bends, raising our arms, nice. Hips are forward, chest is forward. And work that back leg, don't have the knee droop, you want to really press that knee through. Okay, we're going to come into a twisted lunge. Bring the outside of the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. And we're twisting it. Really nice twists. And if you lose your balance, that is totally fine. Pressing the hands into each other. And maybe pulling that left elbow a bit more into the body. It's not poking out so much. Ooh. And one more breath here. And now let's lift up here, keeping our chest twisted to the other side. Nice, really nice. Pulling yourself back with that left hand. All right. And now we're placing the sole of the back foot down, the right foot down, and coming into a warrior two. Lovely. Try to have a look at your front knee, that it's not falling in. Have a look at your chest, that it's parallel to your mat. Have a look at your back arm, your front arm, they're at shoulder levels, looking towards the middle finger. Sorry. Oh yeah, we're bringing the left forearm onto the left thigh. And into an extended side angle. I just forgot for a moment what pose was next. And we're stretching over. We're coming up as if someone pulls us by the right hand back into our warrior two. And then our reverse warrior. The right hand on the right thigh or right calf. Coming back into our warrior two. Trying to come back into a high lunge. Really nice. And then coming back to standing. Whew, maybe shaking our legs out. Definitely getting warm from that. And now we're going to do that again. But because we know what we're expecting, we're moving a little bit, maybe a little bit faster. And yeah, I'll still give you the obviously tell you what's coming next, but alright, come to the front of our mat. We're stepping back with the left foot in a high lunge. Staying in for maybe 2 breaths. Twisted lunge. Really nice. Alright, coming up, staying twisted, but our arms are stretched out. Really good. Sole of the back foot down, warrior two. Lovely. Yeah, really good. Forearm on the thigh, reaching over, extended side angle. Lovely. Warrior two for one. Reverse warrior. Warrior two again. High lunge again. Sinking into high lunge for one breath. And stepping forward. Well done. Alright, let's do the other side. One breath here at the front of our mat. And let's step back with the right. Nice long stance. Arms up. Or you could have them on your hips if you prefer. Twisted high lunge. Ooh. Okay, if you lose your balance. Staying twisted by reaching our arms, opening our chest. Lovely, really nice. Sole of the back foot down, warrior two. Forearm on the thigh, extended side angle. Back into warrior two for one breath. And exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, high lunge. Nice. And coming out. Whew. Maybe shaking our legs. Definitely felt my thighs. Okie dokie. We're going to move through a similar flow for our balance, but I'll show you what we'll do first. I'll talk you through what we do first. So starting in a tree, then we're going to let go of that, stretch, sorry, I'm just shifting so you can see me a bit better, stretch that leg that was in tree out, then coming into a warrior three, then try to come into a half moon pose, half moon back into warrior three, ooh, and see if we can come back into like a baby tree. Okay, we're going to do that properly just once because we're already very sweaty and balances are terrible. They're terrible and they're great, but yeah, I stand by my statement, they are terrible. Okay, let's come into a tree. We're standing on the right, and for that, lift the toes of your right foot off again, spreading them wide, lowering them one at a time, lifting your heel maybe. You want a really nice firm grounding. And we're going to bring our left foot into tree. And for that, you could either have the toes on the floor, heel against just above the ankle, that is fine. Bring it against the calf, or with the help of your hand into your inner thigh. Whatever you want to do today. There's not one's not better or worse than the other, they're all equal. Okay, we're standing here for a few breaths. And with any balance, try and find a spot either on the wall or on the floor that doesn't move and focus like crazy on that. That will help. And in tree, pushing your right thigh against the foot, pushing the foot against the thigh. That will also create extra balance. Really nice. Or calf, if your foot's against the calf. Alright, so now release the left foot from the right leg and try and stretch it out. Doesn't matter how high or how low it is. Again, finding that spot, staying here for another 2 breaths. If at any point your foot is hurting, your standing foot, come out, shake it, and come back. Let's now try and shift into a warrior 3. So, and if you lose your balance, that is fine. For that, our body is, we're creating a capital T pose. And looking at some spot on the floor. Alright, let's try and come into our half moon pose now. For that, we're bringing the right hand on the floor. You can bring the whole palm or just the fingertips. We're now stacking our hips on top of each other. And if you want, you could reach your left arm up or leave your hand on your hip, whatever feels better. Hips are stacked on top of each other. Shoulders are on top of each other. Imagine you were between 2 planes of glass. You're trying to be really flat. Okay, let's bring the left hand to the floor. And now let's try if we can see, if we can lift both hands off the floor. Now our hips are pointing to the floor. Hands into heart center for another warrior. See if we can come from here into another short tree. Might get a bit wobbly. And let's come out of this. And let's shake the right foot. Whew. I guess just things with balances, like you get really sweaty in them, your heart rate goes up so much, your body's working so hard to keep your balance, and your foot's hurting like hell. And it really shows you how much a balance actually does, and you actually just think, well, you're just standing there. Okay, other side. So left foot, let's lift the left toes off the ground, spread them wide, lowering them one at a time, nice wide stance, maybe lifting the heel, bringing that down. And again, we're starting in tree, so you can have your toes on the floor, heel, the right toes on the floor, heel just above the left ankle, you can have the sole of the right foot against the calf, or with the help of your hand into your inner thigh. But whatever you do, do not place your foot against the knee. The knee is very, very delicate. Pushing the thigh or the leg against the foot, foot against the leg, that creates extra help, and finding that spot on the floor or on the wall to help you balance. And you may notice that one side was easier or less wobbly than the other, and that's totally normal. Alright, let's let go of that contact between our foot and the leg and stretch it out in front of us. Nice. Again, finding that spot on the floor. You can also experiment here with flexing and pointing the foot. I find that flexing helps me get it a little higher. Inhale and exhale. Let's try and come into a warrior 3. Ooh, gentle, slow. Okay, if you have to lower your hand, if you fall out. And here, flat torso, so the hips and the chest and the shoulders are pointing to the floor. And we're looking down. And again, flexing or pointing the foot helps, like engagement in the leg helps the balance. Alright, let's bring the left hand down to the floor and now stacking our body, our hips on top of each other, making us flat, different to how we were in Warrior 3, and maybe raising the arm to the ceiling or hand on the hip. Nice work, everyone. Okay, let's bring the right hand to the floor. See if we can bring both hands into the chest. For another Warrior 3. And then try and come through the center. It's okay if you fall out. One more. Breathe, 3. And come out. Well done, everyone. Shaking that foot out. Alright. Well, that was the standing part. So, I'll be pleased to hear. We're going to move to the floor. Let's move through vinyasa, and then we'll continue with a bit of like a sort of more flowing, dynamic practice down there. So, we're coming to the front of our mat for a vinyasa. Last one, I promise. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down, really bending the knees. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins. Exhale, hands down. We're stepping back with whichever foot you want. Last one, so it doesn't matter. Into a plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees down. Chest down, chin down. Inhale, we're sliding into Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, from Cobra, let's push into a child's pose. You never need to earn rest. You can always rest. But after those standing poses, a little break is quite nice. In child's pose, maybe your knees are slightly apart. I quite like to have my toes touching, that little additional, big toes, that little additional contact. It's quite comforting. Inhale, let's bring our hands under our shoulders and push up into kneeling. Lovely. I'm coming to seated. So, here you might want to have your block and your belt ready, so let's just move that so that it's next to us, that we can reach it easily. And what I would like, or what I was thinking of doing, I'll show it to you first, and do not do it if you don't like it or if you have pain in your back. So we're going to do a couple of Navasanas, whichever version you're doing, and then from here to move into the next pose, we're coming into a little rock, and then we're rocking back up to seated. And we're going to do Navasana, rock back, and you could keep that contact behind your knees, into Cobra pose, Baddha Konasana, then rocking back, another Navasana, rocking back again, into Paschimottanasana, just seated forward fold. And be quite gentle when you rock up, you don't want to bang your heels on the floor. Then try and rock back from here, and coming back into another Navasana. So, if you don't like that on your back, don't do it. If you're on a really thin mat, on a hard floor, then it's also not very comfortable. And what you're then just going to be doing is coming from here into the pose, from here into the pose. So you can do it with the rock or without. Okay, but let's start with the first Navasana. For that boat pose, so we're trying to create like a V shape in our body. So you can either just have your feet on the floor, hands behind you, sitting up nice and tall. That's already engaging our core. You could come into this pose where you hold behind your knees, again opening the chest, pulling the shoulders back, and nice engaged core. Could let go, could have your legs straight. But wherever you are, if at any point you collapse in your lower back, go back to the version before where you could actually maintain a nice engaged back. Alright, let's all do that together now. Choose your poison, choose which Navasana you're going for. We're staying here for 5 breaths. Look towards your toes. That focus helps. Another 3. Last breath. And let's rock back if you want. Inhale and exhale, rocking up into a Cobra. Nice. Cobra, the soles of our feet are together, as close to our groin as we can get them. But you want to continue to sit up nice and tall, and you don't want to be in too much pain. And if by getting really close, your knees are really high up, which you don't really like, it's probably better to have them a bit further away so you can sit nice and tall. Place your hands, you could either hold onto your ankles, and pull yourself really nice and tall that way. That's really nice. Or you could have your hands, the fingers around the back of your foot, the thumbs on the ball of your foot, and opening your feet like the pages of a book. We're sitting here for a few breaths. In and out through the nose. Close your eyes if you want it. Inhale, let's open our eyes. So let's bring our knees together and see if we want to do another rock up and down. We're coming, trying to land so we're straight into Navasana for another 5 breaths. In and out through the nose. You can chop and change between the different versions of Navasana. Two more slow breaths. And hands behind the knees, and see if we want to do another rock back. And as we come forward, we're coming into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Legs out in front of us, feet are flexed. Here you could use your belt, bring that around your feet, the balls of your feet, hold onto your belt, sitting up nice and tall. And inhale and exhale, we're hinging, we're folding from the hip. We're coming down here. If you don't have a belt, hold onto your calves, your ankles. If you can reach your feet, but do not round your spine, don't close your chest. And staying here for another couple of breaths. And again, you're looking towards your big toes. Inhale, we're looking up. Exhale, we're removing the belt if we're losing it. Let's hold on behind our knees and rock back, forward into our Navasana. Last one. 5 breaths. Two more. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, coming out. Lovely. Okay, that was all the rocking that we're going to do. Right. We're going to do, I'll show you this as well. So we're doing Shavasana, or we do a belt, and then we're doing a variation of gate pose where we place so if your right leg is straight, left hand behind us, or slightly behind next to the hips, and coming up like this, coming down again, doing twisted janu, that's where you could use your block, and then again, coming up, and here you could try to lift your leg, and coming down. We're doing that obviously on both sides. Okay, cool. Let's start with our right leg stretched out, left foot is against the inner thigh, anywhere where you can place it, similar to tree pose. We're sitting and we want that our chest is facing over the right leg, so not between the legs but over the right leg. Again, here you could use your belt, place that around the ball of your foot. We're going to inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Without the belt, you may raise your arms. And exhale, we're folding down, holding wherever we can hold. Again, try not to close your chest. And we're hinging, we're folding from the hip. Nice. And your drishti, your focus point is again your toes, maybe your second toe this time. Breathing in and out through the nose. Another 3 breaths. Inhale, we're looking up. Exhale, we're letting go. If you're using a belt, move that to the side. Left hand next to the left glutes, and we're going to come up onto the shin, the left shin, and the sole of the right foot. And we're going to reach over, actually. Reach your right arm over. You could look at the right hand, or just towards the ground. Feeling that stretch in your right side body. One more breath here. And on the exhale, we're placing our glutes up and down. And from here, we're coming straight into a twisted Shavasana. So for that, we're going to place our right forearm on the inside of the right leg. If you find it really difficult to get your forearm onto the ground, this is where your block or your cushion or whatever comes in really handy. Just place that under your arm and you're lifting the floor up, which is great. And we're going to stretch over with that left hand. And imagine your right foot is pushing against the wall and your left hand is trying to touch that same wall. Really nice. The right foot is super flexed. The left hand is reaching. Stay for 2 more breaths. Slow breaths, in and out through the nose. Okay, coming out of the pose, if you use the block or a cushion or whatever, move that to the side. Left hand again to the left side, and we're coming up here into this variational gate pose. And if you want, maybe raise the left foot off the floor, flexing or pointing the foot, and staying here for another 3 breaths. Okay, first bring the foot down, then the right foot down, and then coming onto the glute. Work our leg, our glutes there a bit. Okay, so the same thing on the other side. You know what's coming. So, left leg stretched out. Right foot is into the inner thigh, wherever it's comfortable for you, but not against the knee again. Let's move our props around so we can actually reach them. I'm going to do Shavasana, the standard version. So that you can bring a belt around the ball of your foot. Sitting up nice and tall, facing that straight leg, facing the left leg. Inhale and exhale, we're folding down, whether we are reaching our arms, holding the foot or the ankle, or whether we're using the belt, all fine. Breathing here in and out through the nose, looking towards the toes, second toe. Inhale, we're looking up. Exhale, we're coming out, moving our belt to the side. Right hand next to the right hip, and we're reaching over. Variation of gate pose. Really nice. Feeling that stretch in the right side body, left side body now, sorry. One more breath. And exhale, we bring our thumb down. Okay, and we're straight into twisted Janu. Again, for that, we're bringing the left forearm on the inside of the left leg, or on the block. Blocks are great, or cushion or whatever you're using. And then imagine that your left foot is pressing against the wall, and you're reaching over, trying to touch the same wall with your right fingertips. Opening your chest a little bit, stacking the shoulders on top of each other. Okay, coming out, we're moving the block to the side, or a cushion or whatever prop we're using. Right hand to the floor, next to our right hip. We're reaching over, And again, here, if you wanted, you could lift that left foot off the floor now. Staying here for only a few breaths, either flexing or pointing the left foot, but nice engagement in the left foot. One more breath. And exhale. Let's bring the foot down first, and then coming down, sitting down. Lovely. Okay. We're going to come to the floor now. Literally last pose before Shavasana. And I would like to do shoulder stand. Actually, that means it's not the last pose. There's another pose after that. Sorry about that. So for shoulder stand, I'll show you a couple of options again. So you can just have legs in the air, if that's all that you want today. For that, it's sometimes quite nice if you place your hands under the bony part of your lower back, just a little bit more lift. If you wanted to do half shoulder stand, a little bit of momentum, rock up, and your feet are sort of over the floor, your hands are in your lower back. Quite a nice one. If you wanted to do full shoulder stand, again with a little momentum, you push yourself up, feet are together, hands are as close as you can get them to your lower back, and see if you can bring your elbows into your body a little bit. Okay, so we'll do that together now. Pick whichever version you want to do. Again, there's no better or worse. All versions are equally valid, equally good. They're inversions, so we're turning our blood flow around, which is sometimes quite a nice thing, helping our heart with getting all the used up blood back to it with gravity. Okay, pick whichever one you want to do. We're staying there for maybe 8 breaths, 5 to 8 breaths. Have your feet together, point or flex, nice active feet and legs. Imagine if you're in any of the shoulder stand versions, your legs are together. It's like a mermaid tail. One last breath here. To come out, especially a full shoulder stand, bring your feet slightly over your head, letting go of the contact between your width of your hands, and then gently, gently, gently rolling down. Bring your feet to the floor. We're staying here lying on our backs. We're going to roll onto the side, bringing the hand under us, rolling over. So now our bum is on our wrists. We're rolling over to the other side, hands touching next to each other. So our bottom is on both of our wrists now, elbows are under our body, and we're pushing into the wrists, lifting our chest up here and dropping the back of the head down. This is fish pose, Matsyasana, stretching our throat. What we're doing here, this is a counter pose to shoulder stand. In shoulder stand, we contracted our throat the other way, and now we're stretching it. One more breath here. And to come out of fish, push into your elbows, lift your chin to your chest, looking to your toes, and we're rolling down. Releasing your feet from your hands from under your bum. And let's interlace our fingers. Bring the hands behind the neck so that our hands are holding our head, lifting our chin to our chest, flexing the toes and looking at our toes. Another little stretch here after fish pose. Inhale and exhale, we're lowering the head down, releasing our hands, arms by the side of the body, feet hip to mat width apart, and it's Shavasana, finally. Lying here, making sure that there's no tension left in your body. feet are falling out, fingers are slightly curled in. Making sure that your shoulder blades are maybe a little bit apart, nice flat back. Let's have a nice inhale here through the nose and then sigh on the exhale. Sometimes that last sigh just allows to let go of any holding on, any muscle activity in the back especially. Closing your eyes. Just lying here for a few moments. slowly deepen your breath. If you want, you can take another inhale and sigh on the exhale. If you set an intention or dedicate this class to someone at the beginning, you can repeat that again now a few times as we still lie here. Bring some movement into our body, our toes and our fingers, wrists and ankles. Bring the feet together, reach our hands overhead. Nice big full body stretch, make yourselves long. And release. Bring your knees into your body, hug yourself tight. Pulling your knees into your chest, trying to keep a flat back though. Working on this. Inhale, exhale. So maybe rock from side to side here. A little lower back kidney massage. You can make circles with your legs as well. First circle both of them one way and both of them the other way. And one more hug in the middle, and then dropping our legs to the right. Head on the right upper arm. Inhale. Exhale, left hand in front of our chest, and let's push up and gently, gently, gently come up to seated. Sitting again, comfortable cross-legged or kneeling, whatever you prefer. One breath here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's make a nice big circle with our hands and arms. Exhale, pulling our hands down. Let's bring our thumbs to space between our eyebrows, the third eye, for clear and kind thoughts. Thumbs to our throat, for clear and kind words. Thumbs to our heart, for clear and kind feelings, for others and for ourselves. If you want to bow with gratitude to the practice of yoga and gratitude to ourselves for moving today. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you.